MOD is a museum of discovery. Job is to showcase research to the public, and we want to inspire them to engage with science, technology, engineering and maths. We want to be able to build their capabilities and curiosities and build their capacity for thinking about the future.
Aerometrics had the amazing opportunity to contribute a little bit of work to the current exhibition called Broken. To me, it's a very unique exhibit. I was wondering whether you could talk about some of the themes and sort of that vision of Broken as an exhibit.
So every few years we hold a Futures Themes Forum where we engage with our audience, stakeholders, artists, educators, and get together and ask them, what keeps you up until 2 a.m. talking, or what are you concerned about in the future, or what should we be paying attention to? And a lot of things came out of this. They were concerned about different aspects of society, systems like education, democracy. So democracy was a big one, particularly inclusivity and representation in democracy.
So one of the key contributors to the Broken exhibit through the Assembly of Trees was Jonathan Keats. Can you give us a bit of background about the collaborations you've had with Jonathan?
Yeah, so Jonathan's a really interesting thinker. His job title is amazing. He's an artist and experimental philosopher, which I think is one of the better job titles. He's really interesting. He does a lot of thought experiments. Jonathan's idea of how could we make democracy more representative by involving more species, and in this case asking the perspective of trees. The experiment that we're running as part of Broken with the Assembly of Trees is a genuine experiment where we're collecting real data, and it's based on genuine ways that people are monitoring tree canopy health, for example.
From Aerometrics' perspective, we were asked to provide some airborne LiDAR data as well as some data about tree canopy extracted from our aerial imagery. Can you give us some insight about what led them to reach out to Aerometrics?
One of the ways that we've collected this data was to look at canopy coverage change. And so going out and photographing canopies of trees, we've got 23 trees around Adelaide. That's the Assembly of Trees. And looking at the changes in canopy coverage over time, because if a tree is happy and healthy, it's more likely to put energy towards growing leaves, or at least staying the same. So we're collecting the data from visitors about how they think trees would respond to these parliamentary bills, and Jonathan's very keen to continue the thought experiment into the future. So he'll be using this data and writing up sort of an analysis of this in response to the exhibition.
We don't want to present something that is not true to the data. We want to present data in a way that makes it relevant and accessible and understandable, but we don't want to corrupt it so that it is not correct, because then you're not showcasing the idea correctly. So yeah, I think there is that fine line between how you can correctly interpret and reinterpret the information and present it in ways that are still true to the concepts, but perhaps more accessible than a really highly technical way that data is often presented.
As they walk around the exhibition, they can engage in these different exhibits, and we ask them questions related to the exhibits, so around democracy, education, housing, and they can give their responses to these questions, and that will build up a personal narrative as they move through.
We work really closely with the people who make the exhibits, so collaborators might be exhibition design studios or creative technology studios, artists who we might commission or loan works from, the researchers who we talk with to help understand what their research is doing, what the best stories are, how we can best showcase the work that they're doing. And then really importantly, also industries, particularly here in South Australia and particularly STEM-focused industries. We've partnered with over several exhibitions here at MOD. And so, yeah, it was really great this exhibition to get to work with the team at Aerometrics.
Surprisingly, that people are very interested in engaging in long-term thought experiments. We discovered that Aerometrics were working with different councils and groups around Adelaide. Having an academic background, Lisa and I could see that the data was of very good quality and it's very scientific method. On MOD behalf, we'd really like to thank you for collaborating on this experiment. We're extremely grateful for having access to the data, and it's really made this exhibition wonderful.